What's going on, everybody? Howdy ho, howdy ho. God, I'm so tired tonight. Well, we got it looking halfway decent. Nice night. Keith, have you heard from Amanda? No, I have not heard from Amanda at all. I'm pretty sure she's pretty busy doing the Sky Tour stuff and getting those videos ready and getting ready for the Sky Tour radio tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on kgraradio.com. Yeah, I am beat. I was delivering Amish furniture in a monsoon today. Like, insanity. Like, down around the whole Washington, D.C., Annapolis area. It was just insane. The amount of water coming out of the sky. Constantly. All day long. There was just no getting around it. And then I, of course, damaged the old elbow carrying some dressers up 2 flights of steps. So that was fun. So now I'm sitting here with it bandaged up with some ice on it, checking out the moon. So I am glad to have you join me. Welcome. I have sent a message to Mark to see if he would come on for a little bit. I'm not sure. He's really excited about his other scope that he added to the observatory, so. But I don't think he can do anything up there tonight, being that it's probably going to crap real fast up by him, because it's now here in Pennsylvania where I am dumping water now. So, and it's moving up his way. So I'm pretty sure him and Bill are bracing for the water. And it's supposed to be like this all week for the next 7 days. It's supposed to be like a chance of thunder. They're calling like 3 to 4 inches of rain, like for all of next week. So hey, what can you do? Hello, Astronomy live stream. Who we got hanging out? Victor, and we got Venus been hanging out, and Most Intelligence back, and Weird Guy, and Rod, I see, was here. Anybody missing? Well, that's the people participating in the chat anyway. And for the many watching, not participating in the chat, hello, welcome. Feel free to participate in the chat if you want to. Ron from ERRT Radio. I wonder if I could talk Ron into changing his radio name. 2 R's back to back like that is a no-no in radio, if you ever noticed. You can do it with any other letter, but 2 R's back to back is like a big industry standard no-no. I don't know why either. Maybe because it's hard to say. ERRT. I don't know. Or maybe we should change it like the ERTR. Extraterrestrial radio. ERTR. Yeah, whatever. You can tell how tired I am. I'm thinking of new names for Ron, and he doesn't even need one. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some thunder boomers. So I'm thinking about, like, you know, setting out the cams and seeing if I can catch some pretty heavy thunderstorms this week at some point. Let me message Mark again. See what he's doing. Probably better messing with something. Ron was saying he was on Dark Matters Radio earlier, which I thought was recorded yesterday, but I could be wrong. Maybe they were doing it, or maybe they did a pre-record yesterday. I don't know. All I know is my butt is going to sleep good tonight. Hello, Elliot, and hello, John Feeney. who just joined the chat. He literally sends me a okay, Mark. Okay. Now, how long have we been doing this? What, 2 years? Almost 3 years? And Mark sends me a message saying, "What you looking at? The moon?" Question mark. Smart ass. I should say no, we're doing galaxies, don't we? That's what he says. Stepping on his toes. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. It looks way better. I mean, as you can tell, we don't have the clouds tonight, and it really helps with the pixelation. It's not bad. I mean, you can still tell if you get a large screen, but you know. Well, me and Paul did talk last night, and we pretty much are gonna make getting him the internet fixed down there like #1 priority. Like, we're gonna do some Mission Impossible stuff. Oh, it will be done. Oh, yes. It will be done. Say hello to me. Well, now that you asked for it, I'm not going. Just joking. Hello, Marcio. Yeah, pouring Western New York. Yep, so it is finally getting up that way. It was just crazy today. Just nuts. Jeez, just water everywhere. Like, literally on the highways, you couldn't go more than like 45, 50 miles an hour because it was just ponding everywhere. So, but that doesn't look bad. And we're still 44 degrees above horizon, so we've got a good amount of time, as long as the sky stays clear. This reminds me of Trump. You talk about the moon or me? Because either one could be lifeless. I'm pretty close to lifeless anyway. Oh, look who decided to show up. Hey, Mark, you want to come on Skype? I don't know. What are you looking at? The moon? Oh, let me just go show up and chat. I tell you what. These astronomers. Jeez. It's pretty cool, though, the images he was catching last night. It was nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. And as you all know, we are waxing towards full 72.5%. For anybody wondering, the correct moon orientation is that little graphic on the top right side. As you can tell, we do not keep it in the correct orientation, just so we can see more of the lit side and have a chance at catching some stuff. The more illuminated area, the better. Elliot, we've been moving. I mean, we were doing it a little bit earlier. We probably will again at some point. We were zooming a little bit. He does have the 9-inch scope set up, which actually I should change that because he's actually on the wide field right now. But yeah, we'll probably go back to zooming a little bit. So, Mark, you need to fix your stuff, Mark. Because you know what? Somebody told me that last night, and I listened back to it, and it was absolutely fine. So I don't want to hear. Because on your stream, you can't even hear the music. Sir. Actually, let me bring him in. Actually, oh man, is this even going to work? Because I totally redid all this. Let me find out. Let me call him. Let's find out. I don't know if this is going to work or not because I totally reconfigured everything. So, let's call him. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll find out. I don't even hear it ringing, so it's not even coming through the headphones, so that's weird. Ringing, ringing, ringing. Okay, he said to call him. Now I'm calling him. He's not answering. What? That's weird though, because I don't hear it ringing, so that tells me something's messed up. Alright, hold on. Now it says Mark is unavailable. Come on, Mark. Wait, he's typing. I see your call coming in, but the ring is not showing up on the PC. Yeah, Mark, it was doing that to me too. You just gotta look at the screen and answer it. I mean, Skype is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Here, I'll try calling you again. You just gotta like manually answer it because you don't hear it ring. I don't even know if I'm even gonna be able to hear him once he picks up. So that's weird. Go Skype. And I don't think he can find a way to pick up, maybe. Oh, that crapshoot. Wait, is he calling me? Wait, what are you doing? Okay, he's calling me, but it's coming across on my phone. And not actually on Skype. What is going on? Okay, I'm calling him, he's calling me, and neither one of us is ringing. Fail. Let's see. Mark, did you update to the new version of Skype by any chance? Because I didn't. I actually quite like it. But that might be an issue if you didn't. Let me know if you're hearing me. Okay, he did. Okay, that's weird. And I don't know where any of the options are anymore. Like, they used to have, like, call options and all this stuff, and I still have yet to find all that stuff. Oh, you know what? That might be it. Am I on? I'm not on Do Not Disturb. I don't think I am. Am I? I'm invisible. There we go. Alright. Now, let's see. Okay, let me try calling him now. Calling. No, it's not red. I just fixed it. I'm calling you. I'm ringing right now. Holy moly. Okay, you're really loud. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay, that was on my end. Now, let me see if you still come through Skype. And you're not, of course. Okay, so let me just go to properties here. And read you from the speakers of this, I think. Try talking now, buddy.
I am talking, and I am listening.
Okay. So...
Test 1, 2. Am I out there?
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you can hear Mark.
Can anybody hear anything?
I think we might have figured it out. You're coming across on the board anyway, so...
You know it's too loud when you hear, "It's too loud." You know, like the overmodulation.
No, it was just loud in my headphones because I had yeah. Okay. So how was sound, everybody? Everybody were kind of even? Do I need to bring him up a little bit, down?
Well, do you have me on a separate channel in the broadcast software?
Yeah, you are always on a separate channel. In case I got to mute you. I don't never know what you're going to say.
Compare my sound settings to yours when you talk and make them even. Like using like a little mini equalizer right there in the broadcast software. No, I'm
not going to do that. It's too much work.
It's easy.
I'm going on the people. I am a people person, Mark. How's it sound, everybody?
Who is who? I am Keith, and the other guy is Mark.
Okay. Yeah, they say it sounds even. We're good.
Okay, good.
We're good.
Hi, D. How you doing?
We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Hey, Mark. I haven't talked to you in a while. What's up, buddy?
I know. Keith, what's going on, man?
Yeah, same old, same old.
Well, we added in SkyTour Livestream Observatory, we added another telescope.
I know, and you were so excited about that too. I saw the. What did you post on Facebook today? I think it was.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just browsed by it real quick.
Yeah, I got a couple of. There's still a couple of issues with it, but I'm going to work them out. And I've got another filter on the way, so that my imagery. Here's the thing. And a lot of people may not know this. Those that have telescopes do. The eyepieces that you look through are generally 1¼ inches in diameter, and there is also 2-inch diameter eyepieces. Well, our research telescope that's in the observatory, mounted permanently on that steel pier, that big thing is a 2-inch telescope, so it needs a 2-inch type opening for all the stuff that we do, 2-inch barrels. Well, in order to do all the photographs I've done up to this point, I've had to use a 1¼ inch barrel, because the filter that I have is only a 1¼ inch filter. It's made for the smaller type telescope. And so now what I've done is I've ordered, and it'll be here in a couple days, a 2-inch size filter for the work we do.
Nice.
And I got to tell you, then I added this other telescope I added is a 120 millimeter, that's almost 5 inches, 120 millimeter rich field refractor.
Nice.
So it's based on lenses, not on mirrors. So they're really good for planets and so forth. But it's also, as it turns out, amazing on wider views of the Milky Way. I never, ever, and I wasn't streaming because I wasn't sure it was going to work. But 2 nights ago, I opened up the dome and decided to try out my this new telescope on the North American Nebula, which is a large nebula that's up in the constellation of Cygnus, directly overhead by around 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock. And I just did a 30-second exposure, a 25-second exposure, sorry.
Yeah.
And I saw every detail of the nebulous cloud of hydrogen gas, and I was blown away. And it was around 10 o'clock at night, and by the time I got in at 3:30 a.m., I had taken pictures of many different objects, and I was taking like 20 or 30 pictures of each, and then snapping 20 or 30 pictures of each. And boy, oh boy, it just worked so wonderfully. It was great.
Yeah, the pictures are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're really pretty. Yeah. So I would hope that, and now we have this choice that we're going to have this wide field view with beautiful capability and a narrow field close-up view.
Nice.
Yeah, for the deep sky. So it's amazing when you look at like the Ring Nebula. You see it in the view. And we zoom in on it. You see it perfectly round. You see the central star in this planetary nebula. And then in the secondary scope, when you look at that image, you see a lot of stars and this tiny little thing in the middle of the view, which is actually the planetary nebula. And you realize just how small it is in the sky and just how much we're actually zooming in on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. That's really kind of cool,
Can't wait.
So,
Well, you're not going to be streaming anytime soon because the weather pattern looks like it's going to go to crap real quick.
I need time to recover, though. I got to tell you, because I've been up till 2 in the morning for 3 in the morning for the last several nights because I've been doing all this stuff.
Yeah, you know how to fix that? Like, don't get up till noon.
Oh, I know, that's right. But then I got to work in my own business, right?
Yeah.
I got to build models and stuff for people.
Well,
I got Navy models to finish up.
Only so many hours in a day, right?
I know.
Yeah. I was just on here whining about how tired I am. Which is the main reason why I invited you on, because I was like, I don't feel like typing. It's so true, though, dude. I was in a monsoon all day today delivering big, heavy furniture.
Oh, what a awful...
It was just, Annapolis was like underwater, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that storm formed so quick down there, and it was just, and then, it came across as a front, and then it just formed that low off the coast, and it just started battering that area.
Wow.
It was an all-day thing, man. So, yeah.
So how you doing now? You're right now?
Yeah, I got a like something ruptured in my elbow, but besides that, yeah, I'm just kicking back, relaxing now.
Okay, that was just like scary.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Marcio. Marcio says hi.
By the way, I went to do filming on Thursday.
Yeah, you were telling me because I was waiting to get something, and I didn't.
Yeah. That worked out. Not filmed, did all these scenes and everything. I was like, yeah, here we go. Came in, corrupt card.
No, sir.
And I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
But you can usually.
I tried.
It just means one thing is bad, but the rest of it is.
But you know what? I thought about certain ways I could do things better, and I'm gonna do that. So and plus I'm gonna have some rainy days, and it's all mostly indoor shots anyway. So
okay, this is beautiful. Look at this, huh?
What's that?
This is pretty.
Yeah. You talking about me or the moon?
No, you're not pretty.
Hey, I resemble that.
I resemble that remark. You should share your Skype screen so I can actually see it as you see it. So when we talk,
you know what, brother, I would, but being that I'm running Skype and now we have to do this different. Me and Paul had to do a complete reconfiguration 2 days ago of how we do stuff because our line. I don't know when all of a sudden we were seeing ads for Solar City and like it was all interrupted. Like we literally had to dump the way we've been doing things for the last 2 years and had to come up with a completely new way. So what we're doing now is I'm actually I am direct feeding him into my other channel. And then I'm grabbing it from there to here.
Okay.
Actually on a browser capture instead of the screen capture. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why. Interesting, because you were getting the pop-up ads in the other way you were doing it.
Yeah, but there wasn't not supposed to be any ads at all. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing affiliated with any kind. It was just a straight direct. Like we had no idea what was going on. I'm like, why am I seeing an ad for Solar City? And then 2 minutes later, another ad popped up. And then 4 minutes after that, another ad. And we're like, what is going on? Like. Never happened before, and we were like, "Screw this, we're ditching it." And then last night we used the time because we were going to stream last night, and we didn't end up doing it because it was just the clouds were kind of floating in, so we kind of used it as a quote unquote meeting night. So it was just me and Paul on Skype, and we were hashing things out, and we kind of made his internet a priority.
That's good.
And we're going to go total Mission Impossible and get it done.
Yeah.
And that way we can do, actual 1080p, and hopefully faster in the future if he can find a way to grease the palm of the fiber optic guy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's why this is all weird now, and I'm running things differently. So right now, with everything running between the music and me keeping an eye on YouTube, and I'm running it all off of one computer now. I don't have to do the dual computer anymore. So I'm running at about 70%, so I don't want to push it too much with a screen share. Yeah, but you're only 10 seconds behind.
Okay.
Right now my clock is at this point it would be at 50 seconds right now. So you're about 8 seconds behind.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. That's what that did you ever switch that to latency over on your channel?
I think I did, but I'm going to have to check. Because I don't have the same kind of urgency, to see something floating across the screen at an exact certain time. And,
right. That comes in handy for chat interaction. I think is the biggest.
I agree, but I generally I haven't, but I've been changing that recently. I haven't been able to look at the chat at the same time, but I'm doing things a little differently in the observatory as well. So when I'm in the dome, I've actually worked out a way to remotely control the camera, so I can remotely control the camera and be at the computer the entire time.
Inside?
No, well, in the dome, but I could actually do all of that from inside. Yes.
I was going to say that'll come in handy for winter.
Yeah, no, I've got another plan for winter, and clearly that plan involves Arizona, but
right,
it won't be this winter though. But I am actually going to be able to. I mean, I just can't wait because the dome right now, the imagery I'm getting is just beautiful, and that's from here in New England, where where I don't have a really dark sky. I have Milky Way.
Hey, are you busy in the fall? Like, you have a pretty busy schedule usually in the fall?
Well, September I'm in Wyoming doing a talk. And October and November I'm in Arizona for talks, and I got to teach a boot camp out there in November.
Thanks a lot, Elliot. Yeah, well, me and Paul were talking last night about taking a trip out to like Arizona or something in the fall this year.
And when?
You know, just do a live trip. We're not sure yet. You know?
Okay. Oh, no, don't count me out, because I might be able to do it. Depends on the timing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we can get. Yeah, we were talking. Well, I mean, we definitely want to go to dark skies. And I know he said he kind of really wants to go out the Arizona way, but he said it could really be any dark sky site. So we might pick one that's like closer.
Well, so might want to consider then Devil's Tower in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Because on the 13, 14, 15, I'll be there. Because I'm going to be speaking there, of course. But I've already done it once. I've been there. And I can show you all the really cool sights, man. I've already been all over that place. In Devil's Tower, you can walk around it any time of day or night. I went up there with my camera at 11:30 at night.
Nice.
Gates are always open because it's a national monument, never closes. And you can set up and out in the fields, in the parking lots, anywhere, and take photos of the night sky. And you have horizon to horizon Milky Way. And it's so dark, you cannot see the hand in front of your face.
Elliot, let me know where you're actually from, because we might be doing something here around my house a little bit before Halloween. We're thinking about doing something. Yeah, Paul, it looks really good. It looks really good tonight. You know, the air settled down a little bit. It's looking not bad.
And Paul, hey Paul, what's up, man? Yeah, Paul's a great guy.
Down there chilling on the garage roof,
checking out the South Pole of the moon here.
Yep. Paul, do you have your ears on? Do you hear us? Or he might be watching on his phone. I know he's been doing that lately, which is actually great, because sometimes he sees the questions that I don't have the technical capability to answer. So it's nice. He's from Western New York, so he'd be good for, like, you know, Pine Push. So
good.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'll keep you in mind. Elliot, Astro Imaging. Let me write that down real quick.
Elliot. He's 8 miles south of Niagara Falls.
Oh, that's cool.
Falls. Slowly I turn.
Dude, what's the name of the UFO hotspot? Isn't there one in like Arkansas somewhere that's like really, like a really hot, like a really known UFO area that a lot of people are actually saying, quote unquote, dangerous? Like, is it Arkansas or is it? It's somewhere down south, but I don't remember where the hell it was.
When you say it, I'll know. I
can't think of the name of it right now, but it's. I was thinking about doing a trip there. That would be cool. I'm pretty sure we'll get there. Wink, wink.
I think we were talking about. I think take us there.
Yeah.
We also have to do a trip. There's a place in Wisconsin where a guy I know very well has been routinely photographing strange goings-on in the woods, and he's convinced that there are what he calls ape people.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and he photographed and he sent me the photos, and I don't see the same thing he sees yet, because
I've seen some ape people
in front of me. Yeah, I know. You work with those ape people. Because
have you seen my neighbor come out in her moo-moo with that freaking curlers getting the mail? You'd believe in evolution, man.
You know what? You just told her, if she's listening in, to be courteous.
Hey, I don't care. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like, come on. You know,
well, you see your neighbor. You've been using that telescope.
the one English person around. So I told the Amish. Amish was like, "Oh, Keith's talking shit," you know. But yeah, so yeah, me and Paul were talking about like doing something in the fall, heading out there, and that'd be cool if you can go along too.
Love to.
Yeah, because I know Paul's itching to get away down there since he didn't get to go to Pine Bush and whatnot, and got him working all kinds of hours. Get that man a vacation.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I know there's so much that you and I have been talking about doing with our stuff that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And we really haven't said anything to anybody yet, have we?
Nope.
Yep.
You will.
Yes, we will.
We will.
I'm just trying not to.
By the way, I name dropped you.
To who?
People.
And they ran the other way.
No, I put the feelers out on Mr. Bigelow.
Okay.
And I kind of just used you as a. I needed, like, 'cause I know he's like into the whole MUFON thing, so I was like, yeah, you know.
Well, he used to be. He's not really.
Well, still. Anything I can get, I'm going to take. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to put the feelers out because I think it would be great not, you know, to...
Actually, you could actually, you get real science people on board by saying we're going to prove that nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Oops. That didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So
you never know. You never know. But you guys will find out what we're talking about, which we should just stop talking about it because it's just, you know,
maddening.
You guys will find out. But
well, it's okay. Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus. Oh,
of course, and there it goes.
There it goes, descending into madness already.
No. Last night I did a astronomy talk, and it was a full house.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question before you go on to this.
Yeah?
Dark Matters Radio. Were you on there tonight?
I was.
Okay, why did I hear you and Bill and somebody on yesterday afternoon presenting it like it was going to happen last night?
No, you were hearing us do a test of the new Skype system.
Okay.
That was, and then we did that.
So you like recorded that to play today?
No,
or
it was actually live today.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you guys were on yesterday afternoon promoting a show for last night. Like Mark's going to be on with me on this, but the show wasn't actually till tonight.
That's correct. It was for Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, so Saturday show. The tonight show was, Don Ecker wanted to have me on, and so we coordinated last night.
Yeah.
And Don's a really good guy. He's a wonderful guy. He was a former law enforcement guy. He's been in the military.
Yeah.
Okay. No nonsense. You know, if he sees something odd, he's going to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, no nonsense guy. Really good. And
yeah, I was just wondering. It kind of confused me because Ron was in here, so I owe apology to Ron because he was like, "Oh, I'm listening to Mark on Dark Matters Radio." I was like, "Man, I thought that was yesterday." And he was like, "Well, I think it's live. It's
yeah, he's right. It was
the
live.
chat's live anyway." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was."
Ron, you were correct.
Ron was correct.
Ron 1, Keith 0.
ERRT radio.
If you do it in the English way, Ron 1, Keith 0.
0.0.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's beautiful views tonight, and that is really nice.
Yeah, he actually has it looking really good compared to what it was the last couple nights. Oh boy, you ought to have seen this. We were like a bunch of monkeys trying to. I mean, the clouds didn't help. The clouds were the major thing. Like there was a lot of clouds and haze, and it was just pixelate and everything. But yeah. Bravo to Paul for getting her done tonight. It looks really good, and the air is starting to settle, which is even better.
Yeah.
And we're still, 40 degrees above horizon, so...
Are you able to...
Coffee break. Kofi break.
I was going to say, was that like a new spelling? Are you able to do any of the image and color enhancements still?
For...
Like live, if you wanted to do them right now, are you able to still do them?
Yeah.
You just have that ability.
As long as he's pumping me color.
Oh, well, of course.
If he went to black and white, then I won't be able to do anything. But, oh, yeah, I got color. There you go. It might pixelate a little bit, but, yeah, we can add the greens in. The greens and the blues and the browns. There you go.
I see, yeah. Well, because this is important to show folks that, even though it's exaggerated here, the moon is not just gray. The moon is different shades of color. There's actually browns. Okay, actually, the moon is mostly brown, believe it or not. But the irradiated regolith or soil on the surface is actually kind of bleached, sort of a gray. But the soil itself under the surface is actually kind of a brown soil.
It's vegetation.
Yeah, vegetation. There you go. It's them vegetables or something. Yeah, okay.
Vegetables. Yeah. Yeah. So
And now, see, Keith, you're so close here. You can actually take this reflected light coming back from the moon here, and you could pass it through a spectral system and get the spectrum of the soils and tell what components, what elements they're looking.
well, I could do that, Mark.
But you have to subtract out the sun's frontal spectrum first.
But here's the thing.
Oh.
If I did that, what would you do? I got to leave something for you.
Oh, if you did that, I wouldn't have any problem because I do spec for the stars.
Yeah, it's too much.
You know,
Too much for me. Too much for my brain.
We do the deep sky, you know that.
Yeah. You get her done.
Oh man, yeah, and those of you who are watching and in the chat and watching, go to my Facebook site, Mark D'Antonio Facebook site, and check out the post on the wide and narrow field shots I've been doing with our observatory instrument. These we do live for Sky Tour live stream, which Keith has been on with me.
Yep.
And Amanda Curran's my co-host there, as well as on Sky Tour Radio at kgraradio.com and Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern.
How is Amanda, by the way? I haven't heard from her in a while.
She's doing fine.
Yeah.
She's fine, yep.
Okay. Somebody asked about her earlier. Asked me if I talked to her.
That's very kind. Yeah, she's been doing a bunch of things. She's into American Ninja Warrior, which I never watched in my life.
Yeah.
Does videos on that as well. So she's been putting those up as well. Yeah, she likes to stay involved with that show and that whole thing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm so when we added and this is for everybody listening and for Paul too. I put this 120 millimeter rich field refractor in the observatory in addition to our main research scope, and I actually mounted it on that scope. The only thing left is to weight it properly for just balance purposes, but it still works. And it's a refractor, so it's a f5, so it's a rich field, meaning we see more field than a typical refractor with a higher f number. Okay, f10 or even as high as f18. Sometimes you can get these refractors, f8. And F that, right? This is F5. So the lower the number, the wider the intrinsic field
right.
that you get. And it's really pretty. And so I was imaging, for the first time in my life ever, I saw images of these nebula that I've only seen in pictures. And I imaged them in 25 seconds. And bam, there they were. It's like, wow.
There you go.
And I figured out how to... take images on the camera with the mounting as is.
Raw image?
Well, I have that too. I do those. I do a raw and a JPEG combo every time. So I always get, and for those listening, the raw image is the image that's no compression on the image. JPEGs are what's called lossy, Lossy. It means it's lossy, that it loses a lot of imagery. That's to say data. So, yeah. If there's something in it that's dark gray and black, it might merge the two together a little bit because dark gray is kind of close to black at those levels. And so it might kind of smudge those together, and the result is sort of a kind of a smudged area or a blurred area that doesn't look quite right. And that's the compression algorithm trying to reduce unneeded bits in the image. And so if you don't do that, then the image, each of those pixels that make up the elements of the picture, each of those pixels will be whatever they are. And the image is generally going to be 10, 20, 30 meg in size, maybe more. So as opposed to like 150K maybe. So that's a big difference.
Right.
So the JPEGs are a good kind of a thumbnail type thing to use to see what the thing's going to look like. But the raw images are like that. They're raw, right out of the camera, untouched, uncorrupted, and especially uncompressed by the algorithms that save the image. Mm-hmm. See, the biggest problem usually comes when the image is just saved right away. After the image is taken, it gets saved and all the damage is done right then and there.
Right.
because it's using these compression algorithms to make it take up less space on your disk. But the trade-off is that you're going to get an image that would never had a chance of being high quality. So if you go to what's called RAW, and on many systems that RAW is spelled RAW, but on others it's spelled AWR, go figure, like Sony's.
Weird.
Yeah, AWR. Well, if you get the raw imagery, then you have the best possible quality for the image of that object that you took. There won't be any compromises. You get only the data, the raw data, just as it comes out of the camera. And I've been doing that for years, and I think that actually is the best alternative, because working with the raw, you can always go down to compressed. Right? You can't start with a compressed photo and get back up to the quality of a raw.
Yep.
You can't go the other way. So you want to start with the best quality and work down to something a little more digestible.
You heard it here first, folks. Mark likes it raw.
Oh, that's like yeah, but more like you know.
Oh my, well that's good.
Oh my.
Yeah, I figured I'd get you on and catch up with you a little bit just to see what's going on.
That's it. Now we're caught up. Goodbye.
Yeah, now we're all caught up. Later. Yeah.
And D, sorry about the secrets. You know, I know that you're right. We don't like secrets.
Actually, D was the one that mentioned to me about asking about Amanda, if I seen her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We've I talked to her just the other day.
Very good.
You're doing fine.
Awesome. I'm still yawning over here.
Yeah, no, you can't do that, man. You can't.
I know.
Show, man. That just transfers to all the people.
It was a heck of a day, man.
I believe it, but you don't want to transfer that tired heck of the day.
Have you ever had the wind actually just like slap the crap out of you? Like literally come in so fierce where it literally slaps you.
Yeah. Actually, I was literally walking down a road in Las Vegas one time. And I think I was going to the Bellagio. And the Bellagio was just there. I could see it. And it was near dusk, and I was going down there to watch the fountain display, because they have this water fountain display they do every night, or every hour, every 2 hours, whatever it is.
Right.
And it's really pretty. So I was going to go down and watch it. So I started walking down the road, and all of a sudden, and Vegas is well known for this wind comes up, and I'm walking forward, and I look down at the sidewalk, and I'm actually moving backwards on the sidewalk while thinking I'm walking forward. It was the right confluence of the wind, the friction of my feet on the concrete, and everything else. It didn't upend me. It didn't make me go off balance. I felt like I was continuing to walk forward, yet I was watching the sidewalk going the other way under my feet. And it's because I was being blown backwards, but staying perfectly balanced.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a wind that just comes out of nowhere and just slaps you.
That was this.
Like a gust.
I know what you mean. No. This was a gust. Okay, and it slaps you, but then once in it, you think you feel the wind. It's sort of constant, you know. And then I looked down, because of course the wind was hitting me right in the eye. So I looked down, and that's when I saw my feet walking, like doing the moonwalk,
right? Like
Michael Jackson. I was moving forward. Like, what's going on here? It was the weirdest thing. It was really the weirdest thing. So that was today, huh? You had that happen?
Yeah.
See, D said, okay, you yawn, you see it. You
sorry.
Everybody, look at that.
Sorry, my bad.
You can't do that.
And something tells me this is going to be the last Moonstream we're going to... I don't know, because usually when the weather's crap here, it's usually good for Paul down there. So, and usually when his weather's crap down there, it's good for us up here. So, you never know. Who knows? Hopefully we'll get more Moonstreams out of this month. I mean, so far this year, May was just absolutely horrible. I think we got like 1 or 2 in maybe for like 45 minutes in May. It was just... but Mother Nature did make it up in June, though. Well,
yeah, and you know, in for moon seeing, it's not as critical, but we really care a lot about something called the seeing and the transparency.
Yep.
So the seeing is how turbulent the air is. The transparency is how clear it is. So earlier tonight in the Moonstream, you saw there was some turbulence here on P&K.
Yep.
So the seeing wasn't a 5, and they're rated like 0 to 5.
We very rarely have a 5.
Yeah, it was probably a 2.5 earlier, and now it's probably a 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, from what I'm looking at anyway, he has to close the close-ups first.
Yeah, Paul would be able to tell you exactly what the seeing is down there, since he's viewing it direct without any pixelation or anything.
Now the transparency, on the other hand, that's probably about a 2, because the transparency tonight really, it looks like we've got some kind of a layer between us and the moon.
There is, and it's looked like just from the feed I'm looking at, it's looking like it might be getting a little more active.
Yeah, so we got something. So
yep. He just put on the thing, Hayes returning. And
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. So, yeah. But you know what? You can actually use that to your advantage.
Yep.
When you look at a planet like Jupiter, sometimes these hazes, believe it or not, they act like a filter.
Yeah.
And it's water vapor. So sometimes the rays of light coming from the planets will interact in such a way that they'll actually look sharper through a haze than they would if you were looking at them just direct through a beautiful night sky. I mean, that seems like it doesn't make sense. It's counterintuitive. No. But I looked at Jupiter one night here, and it was sort of like the water vapor was in the air, and I said, oh, it's going to look probably not too good. But then I put it up on the screen, and I said, wow, I can not only see the great red spot, I think I can count about 10 bands and zones, you know, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot worse than it was earlier.
See how low the contrast is here, because he's looking near the this is not that good. You can
it's we might call it quits here soon.
Well,
you know what? You ever been to that point of tired where you yawn and your eyes water?
Yes,
that's where I'm at right now. I'm sitting here wiping tears, going, "What the hell?"
If you go into your color correction settings and actually,
I'm already in there. There's nothing I can do.
Actually, there is.
No, there isn't.
I can tell you.
You're talking to a professional.
Oh, okay. I was going to suggest that you can cut some of the haze by changing the contrast and playing with the gamma slightly.
Sure, I can do that, but then it overpowers everything else.
Well, I mean, if you just
it makes your whites pop, and then it floods the image, and then, you know.
That's why the gamma. That's why you bring the gamma down just a little, and then you up.
Actually, you can run the gamma up, and we'll just go negative. How about that? There we go. Oh. Merry Christmas.
All right, I'll see it in about an hour and a half when I finally get the feed.
Yeah. 8 seconds. 8 seconds is not that bad.
Well,
come on.
When you're used to immediate responses, it is.
Yeah. Well.
See, this looks like. Actually, this looks like the Klingon homeworld that got destroyed. Kronos.
Right.
Looks like Kronos after it's destroyed. Yeah.
Actually, I do have the brightness up a little. I can actually take that down a little bit. You usually have it. I mean, I almost always have it at -13, but yeah, you can. I mean, the haze is moving in good.
Yeah, well, just mess with the contrast and bring the gamma down a little.
No, I'll wait for him to put that filter on for the haze.
All right, fine. That's cool. Oh, okay, he's saying he has a filter.
Yep.
All right.
Paul's like, he needs rest. Yeah, he's talking out of his mind now. Paul, if you're listening, how late do you want to go, buddy?
He's listening. He said he can.
Yeah. Yep. Let me know. I mean, I don't see the haze really getting any better. Anyway.
Well, he said he put the filter on.
Yeah, it looks better.
I'll find out in a couple of seconds.
It looks better.
Okay. Yep.
See the diff? See the diff, Tiff?
Yeah, I do. Or I did. Now it's back to hazy again. See, this looks like you're playing with the contrast now.
I am.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, it's the moon changing on its own.
Don't tell a...
Yeah, but I mean, you can... Oh, object coming fast. Fast. Right side of the screen coming down. You're not going to hear it until you actually see it, but Mark, you will. There it goes.
Oh, yeah. It left a video artifact behind it. It was.
I wonder what that was. Mark, you can't tell me that wasn't a spaceship. You can't tell me that wasn't aliens.
It was a huge spacecraft.
That was a good catch.
Yeah.
That had a weird shape to it, too.
Well, the shape is never going to be the actual shape of the object unless it's...
Can you just let me be a UFO guy?
Okay.
You're always killing my dreams. I mean, I appreciate you. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like when you bring me back to Earth. But at least give me, like, at least maybe 20 seconds to think it was aliens before you crush my dreams.
Okay, that's fine.
Just joking.
14?
Somebody want to grab that timestamp of that thing? Just so I can check it out tomorrow?
10, 9, 7.
I didn't look at the clock. That was like the first object in like, 2 months.
It seemed like it was, it had a trail behind it.
Yeah.
Which indicates to me that it could have been something in our atmosphere, leaving a disturbance trail behind it.
Like a high altitude craft.
But I would expect it was a high altitude airplane. Don't you usually see a high altitude airplane? You can see
that was the thing. It when I said about the shape, it kind of looked like a fighter jet kind of shape to it. You know what I mean?
Oh, it looked like an oval to me, but...
Oh, did you grab the timestamp by any chance?
I didn't.
Shoot.
So I can find it again, I'm sure.
Yeah. Try to find it and try to give me a timestamp, buddy.
So I
can write it down. So I can write it down and analyze it. And you can analyze it too.
Sure. Well, I don't know anything about this analysis thing, but I'll try. I might be able to do something.
Well, you know what they say. Until we find out what it is, it's aliens.
It's unidentified. Yes.
It was an alien craft. Little gray people. Hey, you never know. Seriously. 50 people watching and nobody has a timestamp. You guys are slacking. All right. Sometimes you just got to do things yourself.
Keith, you're the boss.
What do you think? That was like, 5 minutes ago, maybe? I have no idea.
Know this.
I really don't want to switch off alive, but okay. Let me, okay, we're messing with that. And then I cleared it up.
Yep.
And then we went to negative. It was after I went to negative, right? Okay.
What was after that?
Okay. And we were complaining about the clouds. And I was being a jerk. And then...
That's every time, and it's throughout the whole stream.
Hey, simmer down.
That's not telling us anything.
Okay, it has to be right in here somewhere.
What time was that?
Because he switched...
I went back to like 11:07:52. 11:07 rather, just to see where it was.
And you caught it around there?
Oh, no, I'm just saying that's how far back I was.
Oh, I'm back at 11:05, just to be safe.
I was there 2 minutes ago.
11:05:55 is what, so it should be coming in the next 10 seconds for me. 11:05:55 is what Elliot's saying. Okay, so it should be coming...
If he's correct.
Now, yep. 11:05:55 is it.
All right.
Yep. Very good. 11:05:55. Okay. Very good. Now we have a timestamp. Thank you, Elliot.
Yeah, and if you go to... if you let it get to about the midpoint, you can actually see there's a line on the side that appears to be leaving. And I think that line is actually it's either it could be either a video artifact,
which it could be. I mean, that's a really good chance.
Yeah, or it could be a air disturbance. But it looks like it might be a video artifact because.
God, I'm so lazy.
The moon left behind doesn't do any doesn't have evidence of it.
I didn't want to write anything, so I put it in the broadcaster and typed it on the screen.
What'd you type?
The timestamp. It's on the screen below the moon stuff.
Where?
Did you go back to live yet? Or are you still back at 11:05?
Yeah, I'm not live yet.
Okay. When you go back to live, you'll see it. It's underneath.
Where?
Hey, that was a good one, man. Hey, guys, we actually got something for... Oh, holy crap. Was it a church organ?
No, it sounds like you bumped your boom. Yeah, you're bumping your boom. That's the bumpity boom.
All right. Anyway. Yeah. So we actually caught something. And Paul, if you're listening, the first one in a couple months, man. And it was, I mean, it was on the linear path, and it was, you know, dark. So it was probably around us, but still, it was cool. You know, we'll analyze it more tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll be on Skype with Mark sometime tomorrow and looking at this thing up close.
Yeah.
Zooming and all that stuff.
I like it.
And if you guys want a video of it, just let me know. I'll isolate it in its own little video like we normally do.
Cool.
So you can see it zoomed up and all that stuff. Yeah, first one in a long time. Yeah, this is what Paul said finally.
It's very good.
Figured we at least get a couple satellites or something, but yeah, that one was pretty predominant. So
I'm very pleased. I came on.
I might have been tired, but my eyes caught that thing cruising.
Well, it was kind of big. You could miss it.
Well, truthfully, I got the broadcaster open on the big screen, so it's like really huge. So if I missed it, you know.
and you had your eyes closed.
Yeah, it's like something moving over there. You definitely get drawn to it. So
yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'll tell you what, Paul. Let's do. Well, I don't know. Let's ask the chat. If you don't have a set time, Paul, chat. What time would you like to end moon viewing for the night? We'll leave it up to them guys.
When it gets light out, yeah.
Yeah, they're all gonna come back with like daybreak.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Clouds or fog is usually when you get good ones. For some reason. But yeah.
Cool.
That was awesome. How you doing?
So yeah, when I was on Don Ecker's show tonight, we actually they had this when the Concorde was first brought out. They did a promotional video of it from another aircraft videotaping or actually capturing it on film, and this white object seems to come into the view and bounce around. I thought it was a lens flare, and one of Don's people saw that, you know, this thing appeared just ahead of the wing where it meets the fuselage, and when it crosses the fuselage, you also see a flash on the front windshield of the Concorde. And my argument was that the object on the side of the Concorde and back along the wing could never have caused that flash. However, if the flash and that object were both from the same event, meaning another aircraft flying at this time in the sky near it, because this was a photo flight of the Concorde. I'm sure this wasn't the only plane in the air. So most likely we were looking at a lens flare that was that crossed the window of the Concorde and also put a lens flare into the camera lens at the same time. And that's what people saw on this thing, on this video, and this image of this little tiny movie. So I'm thinking that that's probably what that was, but there's no way to know. We don't know who else was in the air. We don't know the nature of how the film was being taken. We know it was a periscope camera. We don't know whether that camera was actually behind a window itself, or if it was out floating, flying in the air on the outside of the plane. We don't know. So there's a lot of considerations here, but it was really a cool sighting. It had a lot of interesting stuff. And then we started talking about STS-48, the space shuttle mission. I had to analyze that one on a National Geographic show, I think.
Those clouds are getting thick, man.
Are they coming now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm at full brightness, trying to compensate at least just to, and they're really coming in strong now. They're getting thicker. Yeah, so Paul, if you're listening, maybe 11:30. Maybe we'll cut it at 11:30. I mean, we've been on for almost 3 hours now anyway, so I don't think it's going to get any better. But you never know. But anyway, continue. Yeah.
That's okay. And so, so basically, we talked about STS-48 and that mission. We talked about the gimbal video from the To the Stars folks, and in my findings that it was probably an infrared lens flare when this object was rotating. And the weapons officer says, "Hey, look, it's rotating." What he was saying was rotating was the lens flare, not the actual object, because you couldn't see the object. The object was just a bright over modulated spot on the image. So there were some issues with that, but so it was kind of a good talk.
That is the on screen now is the unprocessed image from Paul.
Wow.
Without any kind of filtering or anything like that.
Well, that can't be just haze then. There's got to be some weight.
Yeah, there's got to be some high levels there. But if we put it back on, and boom, boom, and Keith's magic buttons. They do a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
so.
But it's nothing like it has been in the past.
Oh, yeah. It was way better earlier. Yeah, it's going downhill quick.
Yeah.
But you know what? Florida. Am I right?
Yeah, you don't get in Arizona. Of course, right now you don't get clear skies in Arizona at the moment. It's their monsoon, right? Monsoon season.
Oh, yeah, it's where everything like floods. You get a little bit of rain.
Yeah, the rain is a little more frequent right now, and the weather pattern's a little unsettled. But yeah, I mean, you get like about 200 to 300 clear nights a year there. So
yeah.
And when it's clear, it's no mistaking it's clear. I thought of something, by the way, which I'm considering, and that is, I was thinking what it might take to take the entire SkyTour livestream observatory on the road as a portable trailer-pulled observatory, and what might be required to make this something where I could set it up anywhere I go, drop these legs, level the telescope, and polar align it.
Ooh, let me raise my hand. I know the answer to this one.
And what's the answer?
Money.
Oh. Just so happens that my friend runs a metal shop at the top of the hill. He actually made the pier for me too.
Oh.
And so I have a feeling that I can make this happen.
He checked the sky so far. He didn't see anything pass in front of the moon, and that's from a Miami perspective. I take it. Yeah, it might be space junk. You never know. I mean, it seemed like it was a little closer than that, but hey,
yeah, it might have been a high altitude balloon.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you'll give me how far away it was tomorrow, right? Because you're going to calculate that thing.
I could figure out how high it would have to be.
Yeah.
If it was a satellite, because the problem. Well, the problem with my calculation is it's basing it on the speed and converting that into an orbital speed. And if that orbital speed turns out to be something that's only, 100,000 feet, well, then we know that it's going to be a weather balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The angular size of this thing was pretty big, so I suspect it was. And the speed. And
it was going from right to left. I mean, so
top to bottom. Is that
correct orientation? It was going right to left.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I'm buffering. How come?
I don't know. I'm fine here.
You're full.
Everything's in the green here.
Yeah, I had that happen too, and I was in the green. Some people are saying that I was buffering.
And I'm looking at the YouTube feed. No buffering.
Yeah. Yeah, weird guy. I think it was the Black Knight. You're absolutely right. It was
That's
a thermal
exactly
blanket.
what it was.
It was a thermal blanket that got away from the astronauts.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark. Why don't we jump off of here? And, yeah, Paul, we might as well just wrap it. I mean, unless you want to continue. I mean, we can if you want to. It's up to you. But, yeah, I don't see it going to get much better.
All right, no worries. All right, well, I'll be talking to you again.
Yeah, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow. We'll talk about this image and some other things.
Okay.
Our normal Sunday conference call.
Starts at 9 a.m. and goes to about 4 p.m. And
yeah, I know, right?
we cover about 2 topics, and we just beat.
Yeah, and then it just reverts to fart noises for an hour.
For you.
Yeah, well, got to keep it lively. You know what I mean?
I know.
All right, buddy. But I'll give you a call tomorrow, though.
Cool.
All right.
All right,
Sounds
hey,
good,
folks.
man. Yep.
Thanks
Don't forget
for-
Mark D'Antonio tomorrow night, 9 p.m. KGRAradio.com, SkyTour Radio.
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern.
With my host, Amanda Curran. And we will be there having fun again. We're going to talk about some really cool stuff tomorrow about the Earth and some of the cycles that on the Earth that keep us alive. Anyway, I will talk to you later on. And Paul, you're right. Keith wants his beauty sleep. And I can tell you this, no matter how long he sleeps, it ain't going to help.
Hey.
I
Jeez. I tell you.
That just came out.
Yeah. I can't help it. I'm pretty.
Yeah. I'm
Goodbye,
sorry.
Mark.
Got a problem? Right click.
All right, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, man. See you later.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Yep. Ladies and gents, Mr. D'Antonio. Good guy. Always coming on to hang out. But yeah, we might as well wrap. You can, it's to the point now where I can actually see the cloud bands moving across. Kind of hidden on the YouTube feed. You can kind of see them on the YouTube feed, but the feed from Paul, you can definitely see them. So now we're starting to pixelate a little bit, so yep, it's time to wrap it up. So I'm going to pop on the music, and then we'll end from there. All right? And don't forget, if anybody wants to see that object, the timestamp is right up there on the left-hand side, 11:05:55. And let me make sure I got Mark's stuff shut off. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yep. So hopefully we'll be back tomorrow night. Weather permitting, once again. It's going to be crap on the East Coast, but hopefully down in Miami it might be all right. So hopefully we'll get one in tomorrow night. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the 5 to 7 minutes. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Later.